Welcome to the Pets Rule Show. I'm your host, Mr. Animal Lover. And today, Pet Food Revolution 2025 insect protein, plant based diets, lab grown meat takeover. Basically, alternative proteins for your cat, dog, reptile, hamster. Well, they eat lettuce, but alternative protein, right? We're talking about special customized foods for your pets. Can get a little bit more pricey, but if you can afford it, hey, and they like the special diet food customized to them, why not feed it to them, right? Sometimes we treat our pets like not sometimes, most of the time, we treat them like if they're our alternative human uh, daughters and sons, right? But I love my cat Bob. You see Bob in the background. Bob, say hi. How you doing, Bob? You're purring. I know. If you could hear Bob here, he's purring. And yeah. Bob, how are you? How you feel? Good. Okay, let's get to it. So we're gonna start the Pets Rule Show with a few jokes. I want to get some laughter in you. I want you to relax. If you had a hard day at work, if you had a bad day, maybe your commute was horrible. We know what's happening with a lot of these transit, uh, transportation. Some of them are not running on time. Some of them are just horrible. And we pay all this money, right? Okay. Pet Food Revolution 2025 insect protein, plant based diets, lab grown meat takeover. But let's start it off with a few jokes. The team, of course, is going to be alternative protein, right? The cat who said no to crickets. I tried giving my cat a sustainable insect based protein treat made with crickets. She sniffed it, gave me the filthiest look of her life, and walked away like I would serve her a bug buffet at a gas station. She doesn't care about the planet. She wants tuna or war. What do you think of that one, huh? Let's see. Okay, I'm getting some laughter. Number two, the dog who thinks plant based is a treat. Switched my dog to a vet recommended plant based protein formula. He sniffed the bowl, paused, and stared at me like, am I being punished for something? He's now bringing me his leash, leading me to the neighbor's grill, and asking to file a formal complaint. Number three, the hamster who refused the hamster who refused the future. Bought a high protein pellet made with black soldier fly larvae, super trendy in 2025. That's fly larvae, soldier fly larvae. My hamster sniffed one piece, shoved it in the corner, and pooped next to it. Message received. Not today, tech food. The rabbit who declared war on pea protein. I gave my rabbit a vegan pea protein hate cube. She took one bite, then dragged her bowl to the center of her enclosure like a protest sign. She's now on a hunger strike for real carrots. Her body is plant based, but her attitude is full carnivore. The golden doodle who misses chicken. We switched him to a soy-based climate-smart formula. He stared at the bowl like it was oatmeal for prisoners. He hasn't eaten in 2 days and has been licking pictures of roasted chicken on the fridge like he's building a vision board. The parrot who thinks he's above insects. Tried feeding my parrot high protein mealworm snacks. He picked up one of his beak, looked at it, dropped it to the floor, and screamed. Nope. Now he's pecking at the seed bin like he's a Whole food bulk aisle, and I'm his underpaid assistant. The cat who demanded a steak. After 3 days of eating lentil and insect kibble, my cat dragged a steak knife out of the drawer and sat by the fridge. She doesn't have thumbs, but somehow she's threatening me with 1950s meat expectations of millennial grocery bills. I think she wants to hunt or file a class action lawsuit. And that's it for my jokes. All right. Today, Pet Food Revolution 2025, insect protein, plant based diets, lab grown meat takeover. When we think about uh, alternative proteins for our cats and dogs, what do we think about? Sometimes fresh meats cut up, right? This is what's alternative protein. This is what's trending in 2025. And just like the thumbnail, alternative proteins are basically humanization of food, right? Of meats, right? So this is like real meat that humans eat, but cut up and prepared for dogs and cats. Welcome to the future of pet nutrition, where traditional food sources are making way for revolutionary new alternatives. By 2025, the pet food industry is experiencing a major transformation driven by innovation, sustainability, and an increased awareness of pets' dietary needs and environmental impacts. Let's dive deeper into the cutting edge options redefining pet diets today. So, why the shift to alternative proteins? Pet owners in 2025 are increasingly concerned with not only their pets' health, but also the environmental footprint of traditional pet food production. As a result, pet food manufacturers are responding with innovative solutions, including insect based proteins, plant based diets, and lab grown meats. These alternatives promise reduced environmental impact, allergy management, and comprehensive nutrition. All right, so what do we mean by insect based proteins and the sustainable superfood, right? I'm going to tell you right after this pet deals. For pet deals, we're going to go to hocpets.com. On there, we're going to find a little bit of everything, right? A little bit of everything. And today I want to touch on freeze dried protein, right? Alternative foods and treats and snacks. This is what I am talking about. So let's click on this. Freeze dried proteins, limited ingredients, all natural, no preservatives, flash frozen, right? Best sellers with Love and Fishes premium dehydrated sardines. Let's hook up premium freeze dried salmon. Yikes, I'm itchy and scratchy. This is natural bite skin coat dog biscuits. And then you have paw licking good premium dehydrated chicken breasts. You want alternative proteins? You have it here packed uh, in a small package, right? New products: the goat premium dehydrated goat heart, premium dehydrated turkey heart, premium dehydrated venison, and then premium dehydrated salmon, blueberry, cranberry. That sounds good. I like salmon, I like blueberry, and I like cranberry. I would probably eat that one. Yes. So you have now this is from Pet Treater Tree. This may enjoy 20% off omega-3 collection. And we got here treat in the Tunaverse premium freeze dried tuna flakes. And I mean, look how inexpensive it is. $11.89. And I'm gonna tell you how much. How it looks like it's 80 grams, 2.28 ounces per bag. You have wild salmon herring treat for dogs and cats. You have premium dehydrated wild salmon treat for dogs and cats. Protein, dehydrated protein salmon, sweet potato. I mean, you have it all here. Then you have here the different categories they sell. So go on their website, Treat a Treat, Complete Treat Solutions. They even have a loyalty program. Join for free. Find retailers. You got customers' reviews. And for $79, sign up to newsletter below and receive a 25% off your next purchase. Remember what I said about looking for discounts, looking for coupons. Just by signing up, 25% off your next purchase. And I missed this. I want to make sure I get it for you. Free shipping over $79, otherwise flat rate. So you can get it all here, right? Cat treat, dog treats. You can in the USA find out where you can buy it also. I'm sure they sell it here, but there you go. Alternative protein. All right. Pete Treat a Treat, complete treat solution. All right. Today we're talking about Pet Food Revolution 2025, insect protein plant-based diets, lab-grown meat takeover. And as I showed you there, one company, if you go to hlcpets.com, Pete Treat a Treat, alternative protein treats, it was all there. Let's talk about insects such as crickets, mealworms, and black soldier fly larvae are leading the charge in sustainable protein sources. These tiny creatures are nutrient rich, high in protein, and require significantly fewer resources like water and land compared to traditional livestock. Benefits of insect proteins: high nutritional value, packed with protein, amino acids, and essential nutrients, eco friendly, lower greenhouse gas emissions, and reduce land use. Hypoallergenic, ideal for pets with common food sensitivities and allergies. Let's talk about plant-based diets. This is for vegans and vegetarian options, right? Plant-based pet foods are gaining popularity among environmentally conscious pet owners. These diets focus on balanced nutritional profiles derived entirely from plant-based sources, offering an alternative for pets with dietary restrictions or ethical considerations from their owners. What are the advantages of plant-based diets? Well, allergy friendly, often easier on digestion, and allergenic free, sustainable, low environmental impact due to reduced dependency on animal agriculture, and complete nutrition, carefully formulated to meet all dietary needs through plant ingredients. Next one, lab grown meat innovations meat nutrition. And before we get to that, it's time for breaking pet news, right? And if you're new to the Pets Rule Show, smash that subscribe button, click on that bell, because we're here Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 8 p.m. Okay, so for breaking pet news, I am going to talk about the overcrowding, overcapacity of dogs and cats at shelters, rescue animal shelters throughout the United States, not just in New York, not just in California, but throughout the United States. Yes, they are suffering. They need more volunteers. They need your help. And how can you help, right? You're a pet lover. You love, um, you know, your pet. You've adopted before. How can you help? Well, by donating, right? You can donate. How do you donate? Well, go to your local animal rescue center's website directly. If you live in a county, if you live in a municipality, you live in a small town, usually they have a local animal rescue center for that town. Go on there first. You donate directly to their website, or I've showed them off on the show before. You have the ASPCA, Best Friends Animal Society, North Shore Animal League, No Kill Center, one of the largest, right? And go directly onto their website and donate. So let me show you briefly what's going on in America, right? Let me show you briefly what's going on in America. And what's going on, there's a lot of help needed, right? Because of these animal rescue centers right here are experiencing an overcapacity crisis nationwide, with more animals entering shelters and staying longer. This is impacting the ability of shelters to provide adequate care and can lead to longer stays for animals and potential strain on staff and resources. What are the reasons for overcapacity? Increased intakes, longer stays, lack of pet friendly housing, cost of pet care, pandemic impact. What are the consequences? Well, reduced capacity for new intakes, increased length of stay, strain on staff, increase euthanasia. And how can we address this overcapacity? Well, let's increase adoption rates. Let's adopt before we go to a breeder. Expand shelter capacity, promote responsible pet ownership, increase pet friendly housing, support animal welfare organizations by donating to your local animal rescue center, or the three biggest ones: ASPCA, Best Friends Animal Society, North Shore Animal League. Go onto their website and donate directly. All right. We are talking about Pet Food Revolution 2025, insect protein, plant based diets, lab grown meat takeover. And, there's a lot of many of these large pet food manufacturer, pet food companies, they're doing a lot, right? To change the way they make food, pet food, and trying to stay abreast with the trends that are happening, right? So let me give you an example, right? I'm gonna go to hlcpets.com. On here, I am going to talk about Purina, right? So Purina has the Pro plan, right? And with the Pro plan, it's like customized to your pet, very high on protein. You can shop for your cat food or dog food, wet and dry. And Pro plan is always advancing nutrition. Game changing formulas deliver remarkable benefits to keep pets at their peak, right? And then now look, the first allergen reducing cat food. I mean, they have it all. They think about everything when it comes to your pets. All starts here. High performance fuel for whenever life takes you. And as you can see here, they have the high protein Purina Pro plan and different types of meals. They have the salmon, shrimp, rice entree, salmon tuna entree, lamb and rice formula, salmon and rice formula. And again, when it comes to feeding your pet, you have to, especially if you're a new pet owner, you have a puppy, um, try different foods, pet foods. But when I say try different pet foods, obviously you're gonna go with what you can afford, right? And depending on what you can afford, you're gonna go with what's best for your pet and whatever's they can ingest, right? Because some pets you might try a certain type of pet food and they might have diarrhea or vomit it. So you know that you have to change, right? A lot of this you're gonna go back and forth with your veterinarian, and your veterinarian is the best advice in terms of knowing what to feed your pet. But let's listen to this.
ProPlan is always advancing with game-changing formulas that promote mental sharpness and help extend lives. See what nutrition can do. Purina ProPlan, always advancing.
All right, that's Purina, always advancing. So today we're talking about Pet Food Revolution 2025, insect protein, plant-based diets, lab-grown meat takeover, and that's where we are right now. Lab-grown meat takeover. What does that mean? Right? I'm gonna tell you. That means lab-grown or cultured meat is emerging as a revolutionary option created by cultivating animal cells in a lab environment. This meat provides the nutritional benefit of traditional meat without the environmental drawbacks of animal farming. Why? What's the benefits of lab grown meat? Well, ethical production eliminates the need for animal slaughter. If you're a pet lover, you want to avoid animal slaughter, right? Um, that's big, right? It's big in my book. Reduce environmental impact, significant reduction in land, water use, and carbon emissions. Pretty big in my book, also. Safe and nutritious, potentially cleaner and safer with precise nutrient control. Very important, especially if you are looking to put your pet on a diet, right? Very important. The pet industry shift to alternative proteins in 2025 isn't just a passing trend, it's a reflection of evolving consumer values and technological advancements. Pet parents are actively seeking solutions that support sustainability, health, and ethics without compromising on nutrition and taste. Well, listen, very important, right? This entire week, we're going to talk about the different types of pet foods, what's trending. Yesterday, we talked about humanization of pet foods. What does that mean? Humanization of pet food. Basically, pet food that humans can eat, right? Humans can eat and pets can eat the same type of food. That's the humanization of pet foods. Today, alternative proteins, right? What does that mean? Well, that means that, a precise alternative protein intake, all calculated, a lot of this using artificial intelligence to make sure that your pet is receiving the precise protein intake, right? Very important in terms of diets, very important in terms of allergies, very important in terms of long term health for your pet. Okay, that's a mouthful. Time for another pet deal. For that, we're going to go to hlcpets.com where you get many pet deals. You go on there, you see a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. I'm scrolling down, right? If you click on the Amazon banner, it's going to take you to Amazon where you're going to see a little bit of everything. Right now, I want to touch on talking about alternative protein. Let's give your best friend, your furry best friend, their best life, right? Everyday nutrition, Shop Science Diet, therapeutic nutrition supports long and healthy lives. Again, I feed my pet. I don't have it here, but I think I do. Science Diet, veterinarian. This is sensitive stomach and skin. Buy it at Petco. I'm a member. I get deals. Shop for your dog or cat. And let's watch this.
We're late.
Hey, I'll be right there.
Sorry, pal.
You only have so much time.
We're home.
So feed Science Diet with our clinically proven antioxidant blend, helping pets live healthier as long as possible. Because you're only human, there's Hills. Science does more.
Excellent. Health Science Diet. All right. What a great show today. Pet Food Revolution 2025, insect protein, plant-based diets, lab-grown meats take over. It's about that time. What time is it? It is time for Mr. Animal Lovers 1 Minute Beef. And if you're new to the Pets Rule Show, Mr. Animal Lovers 1 Minute Beef, all that means is that I have 1 minute to give you a piece of my mind, right? Don't we all want to do that as pet lovers? Sometimes we're frustrated. Sometimes we get a headache, or we get that moment where somebody's bothering us. They don't know it, but they're bothering us, right? Hopefully it's not your pets, right? Your pets should never bother you. I'm talking about humans. Yes, they can be a bother. Pets, no. Pets are, they're like our therapists. Okay, Mr. Animal Lovers 1 Minute Beef. Let's get started. So my 1 minute beef is where I received a few emails that telling me, but Mr. Animal Lover, this alternative protein, this humanization of pet food can be very expensive. Vegetarian, all natural pet food can get very expensive, and I can't afford it. Why would you do a show on that? Well, my show is about educating the public, educating animal lovers, educating pet parents. And to be fair, it's about, when you're going to educate, you want to talk about every topic possible, especially topics that, someone can benefit from. And that's what I'm about. The public at large, especially pet owners, pet parents, I want them to benefit. I want them to keep their pets for as long as they can, until obviously forever, until one of them goes, right? Hopefully the pet first before the owner, because we don't want the pet to suffer, right? But that's what it's about, right? Educating you, and making sure that, listen, if you can't afford it, you go with a cheaper version of pet food. They have pet food. So for example, when it comes to the Frisky Purina Farm, I buy 40 in a box. This comes out to so 40 of these come in a box, and this comes out to, I think, 25 cents a can. 25 cents a can after I get a deal. Yes, you can get that too. This can feed 3 cats, and they're full. So 3 cats can eat out of 5.5 ounce can. And this has 100% complete balanced nutrition for adult cats. I mean, everything a cat needs. So that's just an example, right? 3 cats again, and they're full. I mean, when I say full, they're not gonna bother me no more, right? So whatever you can afford, that's what you feed your pets. Remember that. That's Mr. Animal Lovers 1 Minute Beef. Back to Pet Food Revolution 2025, insect protein, plant-based diets, lab-grown meat takeover, and making the transition. Tips for pet owners, right? Thinking of switching your pet's diet to one of these innovative options? Here's some practical tips. Always consult your vet. Ensure your pet's dietary needs will be fully met by the alternative food. Gradual transitions, slowly integrate new foods to ease digestion. Monitor health, regularly assess your pet's energy levels, coat quality, and overall health. As pet nutrition evolves, pet owners have exciting opportunities to contribute positively to both their diets, pets' health, and the planet's well being. Embrace the revolution, your pet, and the environment. Thank you for listening to Pet Food Revolution 2025, insect protein, plant-based diets, and lab-grown meat takeover. That's a mouthful. Watch the Pets Rule Show Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 8 p.m. I'm your host, Mr. Animal Lover. Support the Pets Rule Show. Like and subscribe. Visit hlcpets.com for pet deals. If you want to shoot me an email, petsrule@hlcpets.com. Call me Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., 1-800-213-0988. You have questions, I have answers. I'm Mr. Animal Fixer, $1.99 per minute fee. Snap, share, win your best pet pictures and videos for a chance to win cash prizes. Email your pictures, videos to petsrule@hlcpets.com. Thank you for watching the Pets Rule Show. This entire week, we're going to be talking about different types of food. And what are they? Well, you have what's left, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, raw and freeze dried foods, functional foods, sustainability foods. We talked about today alternative protein. Yesterday, Monday, we talked about humanization. Stay tuned tomorrow. And thank you for watching the Pets Rule Show. Have a good night. I will see you tomorrow at 7:30.